grandma, McClaimer. All right. This is third generation, no, fourth generation. This is fourth generation Carrington. Christian. And their mom, Kim. This is my twin, Dorothy. And we may have to double dip. And I'm Tina.
We're double dipping.
And I am Michelle, and this is the daughter, the oldest daughter.
That's right, PJ. Yes, my name's not PJ. I don't have a J in my name. Sorry, Pam.
And then I have two daughters, and this is Brittany Barker and Allison Barker. This is my boyfriend, Cal. You there? All right. This is the Dorothy G clan.
Come on. That's right.
Can I get one? You late. You late. Late. 2 years. Two and a half. You ain't been around a boyfriend. I got a boyfriend. Alexis asked me, when did you get a boyfriend?
Hannah.
Miles.
Look at Sandra.
Eddie. She's beautiful. She was. Caitlin, who looks like her grandma.
Ethan.
Christy.
Aaron. Michael.
My gifted musician. All right. Oh, kiss my man. Perry. All right. And the one that they double dip, but this is mine. Dorothy, all right. Now I want to just give a hand for my beautiful family. All right.
I'm Wayne, Beer's son.
Nana, your daughter.
Jaden, her grandson.
All right, wait.
We didn't hear that. Can we do it one more time? Sorry.
I'm Dwayne, I'm Beer's son.
All right.
Nana, Vera's daughter.
I'm Jaden, her grandson. And I'm Vera, I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Y'all take your picture?
Sing a song for us.
So grateful. I am 69 years old and I'm still here. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. And I want to introduce my family. I am Clara Jean Bass Trailer Wade. Okay? And I have my nephew.
Johnny Jr.
And my future nephew-in-law.
Sue Campbell.
My niece,
Jessica Bass.
my niece,
Geralda Bass.
my sister-in-law,
I'm Jewel Bass.
my brother, and my uncle.
Frank Bass. Excuse me, people. But I think you said this was...
Pictures.
Oh, what?
Pictures.
No. What? Okay.
Pictures.
All right, okay.
My mouth is big, and I'm old, Christian man. Now you say, John Grant and OP?
Yeah.
I'm the baby of an OP John.
Yeah.
And I'm here 84 years. I'm going to church. I was supposed to catch at 7:45. When I woke up again, it was 11 o'clock. God dropped me this floor. Excuse me, people. Well, look back.
Gang committed.
Oh, the Christians.
Gang committed.
You done so much for me. I don't know what you can do. You ain't ready to go to heaven?
All right.
There we go. That's going to be better. Okay. Jessica, just a little bit over the top. There we go.
Lois. I guess some of y'all know it's Lois. Okay, Miss Lois. Miss Lois. I'm sorry, Miss Lois. And we have here, this is Zion, my son. Yeah. This is my daughter Chandler. Yeah. This is my older sister Stephanie. Yeah. Of course, this is my mother, Miss Lois. This is Mr. Palmer. Some of y'all know him as Uncle Palmer. And Reverend Palmer. And that's Tammy Palmer over there. And y'all know me, I'm Jerry.
The picture right there. That is never shown.
First off, my very lovely lady, Darlene, this is my baby. And I am Darryl, the owner of Club Luskco. And this is my oldest brother, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
I'm Edwin Dupace, oldest brother Darren Dunn. Thank you everybody for coming out. I love y'all. Nothing but love, baby. About what? That I put this big old rock on her finger?
The Pace family. Everybody, no introduction needed.
Some of my clan. Some of my clan. All right. To my left is my wonderful wife that puts up with me. And I'm going to do all my stuff. All right. My daughter Patrice, her husband Gary, and Daniel, and her fiance Reginald. All right, what else? You guys here, you don't say what? No.
Get close. All right.
We are the Green family. I am Janice, the younger sister of, the older sister of Joanne. And we are excited to be here. Mom was supposed to be here, but I don't know if the weather's keeping them from being able to come, but please pray for them for traveling grace and continue to pray for Mom.
Yes.
Continue to pray for the family and the loss of Beverly. But we're excited to be here. We were here last year, and we just had a wonderful time. The food has been awesome. You guys that do cook, you do very well. We on the cleanup. We always on the cleanup committee. So if you notice us going out with several plates, don't worry about it. We earned it. So thank y'all very much. Very much.
Are you from the man? Are you from the
Huh? Look at the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, sing your
What
song.
God has for me, it is for me. What God has for me, it is for me. I know without a doubt that He will bring me out. What God has for me, it is for me. It is for me. It is for me. What God has for me, it is for me. I know without a doubt that He will bring me out. What God has for me, it is for me. It is for me. It is for me. What God has for me, it is for me. I know without a doubt that He will bring me out. What God has for me, what God has for me, what God has for me, it is for me.
You stood right beside me, and I won't forget.
And I really love you. You should know.
I want to make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. Now we've had our good time. This week is bad. Just it's bad. We're hurting each other. Who's been there? Huh? Girl, it's a shame. I won't be foolish. I want to know. Make sure I'm right. Huh? Before I let go. You know I think my sun rises and shines on you. You know that's nothing I would not do. Oh, we can do all the time. Before I let you go.
We were so close. Okay, we're gonna end it right now.
I gotta make sure I'm right, girl.
Yeah.
Before I let go. Let's see the order. Come on. Okay, who knows who order right here? You gonna do it right here. Before. Thank you. Thank you.
Looking back in just a song again. Oh, looking back in just a oh, look back. Peace of mind. If you look way down in your heart and soul, oh, don't hesitate. Just the blessings come. Stay young at heart. 'Cause you never, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, y'all. All the world, let you go. Oh,
the shadow of the smoke-filled pool. No telling how many tears I sat and cried, or how many lies that I've lied, telling my poor heart she'll come back someday. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from the neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. So watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon. Robin Williams. It hurts inside me.
This ain't Jesse, ain't Jesse here.
Pain will never end.
many faces that I don't even know.
Yes.
15 miles, baby. Sorry we were late, but we're here.
Yes.
And I'm just glad to be here.
Yes.
And may the Lord bless all of us.
Yes.
And keep us in His care.
Yes.
And don't forget where we were brought from.
Well. Yes.
Continue to give the Lord our time.
Yes.
And just thank Him.
Yes.
And I'm just thankful to be here.
Amen. Amen.
All right, we love you. We love you. And so we had roll call. And so this is a justice group right here. And so now we have Shirley on as maid. We have seen you in some years. And we are so glad to see you. And we know you got something to say to us.
Don't sing, Janet sung already.
Hello, everybody. I'm just so grateful. We are grateful to get here. We had a pretty good trip. You know, Mama trying to pack everything. But the kitchen sinking, right? And just me, and I'm tall. So it's just a blessing to get here. And I just thank everyone for the fellowship. All right, family, this is the time when we like to just have this inspiration and encouragement of family. This is a time that we want to encourage everyone. How many of you have enjoyed the family reunion? Praise God. This is a time that we want to say thank you, Lord. And so thank you, Morgan. Family, what is family? You know, and so I have someone here that's really going to talk about the meaning of family. And family is not perfect. We already know family is not perfect. It has its own individual problems, but just like family, just like individuals, it's about building relationships. And relationships is what we're here today for. And the fellowship. And so we want to encourage everyone not to just stay idle.
I got my book.
Separate yourselves from each other. We want you to enjoy and be loving to each and every one of your siblings. I say that first. Your family members, your friends, your neighbors, because that's what builds a strong community. And we're here as a community, and today we celebrate family. I am glad that we have our matriarch here. Uncle Frank, I see you there as our patriarch. And we're just glad to know that God is still blessing us. I look at and I have my cousin right here, Claire Jean. But one thing I want to encourage us is that somebody always asks us, what is your family? And I remember sitting on a comment. We couldn't leave the country.
Yes.
We could not leave this country until we walked down to Grandma Ophelia's house, sit around that little fireplace, and give praise to God.
Amen.
And that's what we're here about. It's all about fun and games and everything, but we have to find something that's going to build us from the inside. And I'm sorry, folks, all I know is the Word of God. That's what's going to build us, to strengthen us, to join us together, because that's family. Family is a part of a common descendants. And our descendants, as we know, John and Ophelia Baptist. That's what this family reunion is all about. So without me going further, I just want to say that let's continue to build, strengthen our branches, so that our leaves can continue to grow through these young children as part of our legacy. This is our legacy. And so we don't want to continue to just separate ourselves. We want this thing to grow. And so I have a cousin here, and I am so proud of her. She is a Lyft driver. She is an Uber driver. Let me tell you something. You don't have to stop moving just because you get a certain age in life. And so one thing that I can say that looking at your children and your family members, be encouraged. Because we have to encourage one another as family. You know, this is like the body of Christ to me, is that we all have a part to play. And so my cousin is truly a woman of God, and I just like for her to just tell and expound on family, because you know I love family. And I want to encourage you, don't let this be your last family reunion, because if I could sing, I would sing.
Go for it, girl. Go for it.
But you know, after she finishes, I might cut a step. But here it is, Clara Jean Bass. Wait.
All right. We just about said everything I wanted, but the main thing I got up here to say is that from a little girl, I always knew that my family loved God. And they put God first. And let me tell you, that molded us. That molded us. Some of us, when we got older, we kind of strayed away, but just for a little while. And we found ourselves back in that church house, singing, becoming deacons, becoming pastors, ministers, singers, working on the TV, doing things. Rappers, we may have some rappers in the family, but we loved God. Ophelia Bass and John Bass, they instilled in their children, and their children instilled it in us. And I can remember back to that, to Papa Hart and Papa and Mama Ada, how they lived down the hill. And I remember my Papa, Vera, Carolyn, and Brenda and I one Sunday cooked dinner for our Papa, because Grandma had gone somewhere with Uncle Frank and Daddy and them, and we cooked dinner for Papa. Papa walked for 30 minutes before he ate. He walked through the house crying because his granddaughters cooked dinner for him. He was so happy that we were there to cook for him. That meant so much to me. Meant so much to me. I have a beautiful family. We are so blessed in this family. Let's not take anyone for granted. If we see one fall, help him get up. Help him get up. Don't talk about it. Help him get up. Because we're all in this together, you all. There is too much going on out there. Too much going on out there. We've got to keep it together in here. We've got to show love in here, one to another. And let's start, and let's let it flow and flow and flow, because that's our legacy. That's our legacy. Our grandparents instilled that in us, and we want to carry it on. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I love you all, and God bless you all.
That's our pep talk. That's our pep talk. Thank you, sister. And as we depart, or the part of our family, I'm just going to go around the room right now, just for a couple of folks, and ask you, what does family mean to you? And you know I'm looking at you. Brittany, you know I'm looking at you.
Want me to take the mic?
Take the mic.
I'm taking the mic, and I'm taking it to Brittany.
What does family mean to Brittany?
Family means to me an unwavering network of support. I think that would be the definition I would use for family. And so I think it's amazing that we all came out here and, seem to want that network of support. And I think that this is a first and amazing step to be here and just be amongst, each other, and to be open and welcoming and just loving. And so, I think that's awesome, and I'm so glad that everybody came out here and was receptive and just happy and open and wanting to participate with family. So.
All right.
Who's next? Come out, okay. All right. What does family mean to you? Step up. family means, just turn and look at your neighbor. It means all of you. It means a network of love, and like Brittany said, a network of support, and a network of unwavering grace for one another, and love and purpose. We all have a purpose. We're family for a reason, and I think we are fulfilling our purpose, especially for those who have gone on. They are smiling right now because they are so happy that we are here together. And like my grandmother always says, love shows up.
All right.
Okay.
I'd like to pass the mic over
We
to
passing the mic?
Monica.
All right. What does family mean to you?
I love it, my sister. You know I love you.
I'm very, very shy. Anyway, family to me is love, first of all. Unconditional. Fun. A lot of fun. Family is, well, I heard it already, supportive. I'm totally supportive. Man, if it wasn't for family, I don't know where I would be.
All right.
You know, especially in my own journey in my life. But family is everybody who's here. We're all connected some way, and interdependent.
All right, thank you. Woo! Family.
They are men here. We are.
All right, yeah,
We are. We are all women. This is the women's thing?
No, all right. There you go.
All right, mine. I've been thinking about this a couple of years ago. I took my sister to lunch, and I asked Irene, I said, we sat next to each other. I said, we got to get this family reunion going again, because I miss it. Because family, you know, I live in the Austin area, and I don't get to see all my family that often. And I live up there, and I have no family hardly up there, no family up there, except my wife and her children, but I don't have any family up there. And I tell people, I can brag about my family. This family, especially the Campbells, I know about the Campbells. I can't tell you about everybody else there, but the Campbells, we are one. We ain't two, we are one. We are all joined at the heart. You know, we are family. Even the one that's gone ahead, gone forward, you know, they waiting on us. And I have great thoughts about them, you know, have good memories. My family. I know my sisters, you know, I miss the hell out of them, but I just love my family. And I love my, you know, the Basses, the Greens, and I was just waiting on my Aunt Jessie to get here today because I love that woman so much. My grandmother said, take care of your Aunt Jessie, you know, and I said I will. And I've been trying to do that. Sometimes I don't do it perfectly. It's just, and one of my thoughts is, I strive for spiritual progress, not perfection. Anybody heard that before? You know what I'm saying? But I know I'm blessed to have a family like this. And I got strayed away for a long time, and you know, it was something missing in my life. What was missing in my life was my family. And God brought me back to my family. And I thank God every day for my family. I pray for all of you, and I want you all to pray for me. So we are family. All right, let's do it. Amen.
I'm the other man. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their hospitality. Everyone has been really nice. You know, I just want to bring, first of all, I want to give honor to my wife-to-be. All right. I was always reminded of what family is not. Family is not strife. Family is not hate. Family is not division. Family is not gossip. Family is not hate. And if you're none of that, then you're family. We all, I can tell that a lot of people, just from the roots, from what I can see the roots, everyone grew up with a biblical foundation. The Bible says that if we train a child, okay, he shall not part from God's ways. I was paraphrasing, y'all know what the scripture says. The bottom line is that if it's in your heart, and if you do the right thing always come back to you. Sometimes doing the right thing hurts. Sometimes it hurts me to do the right thing, as well as it hurts the recipient of whatever it is that I'm doing. But the reality of it is that it's all done in love. And regardless of what your last name is, okay, there's only one Father anyway. That's the one upstairs. And he's not, even though our loved ones that have passed away and gone away, they can't see us now, but he can. So the reality of it is, love is God. And God provides us with family so that we can walk in the way that he would have us to walk. And as long as we do that, we don't have anything to worry about. Family will always be family. Amen?
Whoa. All right. Anybody else? Family? Anybody else? Family? Anybody else? Family?
I just want to say, I'm not a Bass, not a Campbell or Green. And I married into the family, and I just want to say, they were very accepting and supportive, and in being in this family, I got a lot of good meals.
Now, was that not a great pep talk, a good surrounding of love for everyone? I thought we would just do something different. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. But the last thing I would like to say, because I never like to close out my talk or my introduction without letting the Lord give us his hand. And so, Pastor Palmer, I always like to recognize my pastor because he's here and he's been in this family for many years. And I just want him to know that we love him, we respect him, and that we recognize that you are a part and always will be. And so if you don't mind just giving us something, or praise and a prayer, I appreciate it.
This is one of my adopted daughters.
Y'all get jealous, Stephanie.
I want to say, and I'm not going to make it short, families are strange. I know that sounds funny, but they are, because all of them are not what they say they are. But when we come together, we can get together. Love doesn't change. It's kind of like gold. It's solid all the way through. And any family that God has, I've adopted my wife's family as my own, and I don't see any different in you than I do my own biological family, because we come from all one person, and that's from God. And since we are all God's children, we must act in according to what God has given us, because none of us can say we haven't had some hard times in our life. Probably the older of us had more than you have. But what I recognize about God is that he doesn't let us down if you're in his family. Uncle Dad was telling me about his fall and his going his head. I don't know why God done that. He didn't have to do that. I said, yes, he did. If you're one of his children, if you fall, he's going to pick you up. And no matter what you think about God, he's always thinking about you. And he will never let you down. Now, one thing we need to do is not let him down. Amen. Because no matter where you come from, he has been your help. The older I get, the more I realize that everything I have comes from God. My wife, the children, even this married family, that all comes from God. He's our life, and he's our bread. Everything we have, he gives it to us and allows us to use it for a certain season. But let's make the best of it, and let's not mess it up. Because it's easy to do that when we watch other things go on in the world. We want to be like Coach Burton.
But to be like Christ, He's the one died for our sins. And now we can make it to heaven on pretending. We have to be real. We won't be in the kids' family. So with that, we're going to offer just a word of gratitude and prayer for all the families that's represented here in this building today. I've known some of them when they were children, and I've known them see them grow up to be grown. They've gotten away, but they come back to God. Now the main thing is let's stay with Him. We can't depend on the president. We can't depend on the governor. We can't depend on the mayor. But we can depend on God. Because He brought our ancestors to where we are. That's why we are here now. If He hadn't kept them, we wouldn't have made it here. But He kept them through some more turbulent times than we ever been through. So we must trust God for what we have and what He's given. With that, we're going to, I know my wife said outside, I said, come on. But we want to offer word of prayer to lead, and we want y'all to pray one for another. One thing about a family, you don't forget to pray for one another. Because prayer can go where you can. And it can reach farther than you can. So let's remember to always pray for one another. When you hear one down, don't keep saying, well, you go pray for them. God don't know what God's going to do with them. God's going to do what He's going to do with all of us. Shall we now? I Heavenly Father, we come now, and I want to straight to thank you for all that you've done through this service. I know many have gone to service and served in the army and come back and still learn with you. Oh God, we thank you for what you've done for those who are already gone. Because it had not been for them, there wouldn't have been no here now. We ask that you would bless this family, bless our younger family. Help them understand our Father that you are all we need. And if we give our lives to you, you will help direct us and keep us alive in this crazy and converted world. We are praying that you would bless us because we know time is winding up. We feel that you're on your way back. And I know nobody knows when you're coming. But for some reason, I feel that you're on your way. Yes. Because things are going so contrary around the world. Father, we're asking that you would help us to remember to keep you in our heart and in our mind. And let us continue to pray, Father, that you would strengthen those who are weak and build up those who are torn down. Help us all to stand together, Father, because unity is what we need in the family. We ask that you would do these things for all of us. It's in the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Vera! We need Vera. Where's Vera? Right there. Let's go, Vera. She's going to sing us a song. Turn it back up. That's right.
So it's been put on my heart to just go on and do what I'm asked to do. Everyone, please help me. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was, but now found I was blind, but right now I can see. Lord, we please you, God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been